My name is Brian Gordon. I work at Southwest Workers Union's Roots of Change garden. Today we're going to be building a garden bed made out of old bed frame. So I'll go through the steps with that. First we'll lay out where the space is that we're going to use it, and then we're going to lay cardboard out on the bottom. So we're going to find out what that space looks like where the cardboard's going to go. Now that we know the space that it's going to be at, the general area, we're going to go ahead and lay down cardboard underneath it. The cardboard you want to get without any tape on it. Usually if it has tape, you want to take it off. If it's got staples in it, you want to take those out too. Next, we're going to take these panels off of this old fence board here. We're going to use those to build in the sides of the frame so that we get a complete box that'll hold the soil. That's what the side's going to look like. We're going to go ahead and build that all the way around. All right, so next we're going to use this mulch here for our pathways around the edge of the bed. We're going to get these bags of leaves here, and we're going to line the bottom, do a bottom layer of leaves in our bed. That's going to save on soil, so we don't have to use as much soil to fill up the bed. The leaves act as like a good way for the water to drain out and soak up, but they're also going to decompose over the next couple of months, and that'll turn into like a rich soil too. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of use those as like a filler that'll eventually become soil. We got a half yard of this soil for $20 from a place called Quality Organics. It's on Lookout Road. It's 35 and 1604 area, but it's a pretty good garden soil. It's got mulch in there, it's got compost in there. You can't see it, some sand, and then there's stuff called green sand and other kind of additives, organic additives that could be added in there to help boost the soil. And this is how you complete the garden bed. Now that you got the soil in, it's ready for planting and germination and growing and eating and sex.
Okay, so after you get your beds made and you're ready to plant seeds, you can kind of research what seeds are available to our section, our zone. Find out which seeds that you're able to plant in the area and the time. We're kind of coming out of fall here, so it's a good time to start the seeds. It's starting to warm up after some of the freezes. We're gonna do the sweet Italian frying peppers. And the way that you sow most seeds is you can either poke a hole in the area that you want it with your finger, and about up to the first knuckle right there, that's about maybe about a half an inch. So it's anywhere sometimes from a quarter inch to a half an inch. Sometimes you can always read the instructions that are on the seed packets. For these, we're just gonna go ahead and kind of poke the holes in the ground for them and fill that up. So you just kind of poke it in. You can put sometimes like 2 to 3 seeds in one hole. That kind of ensures that they're probably gonna grow. Certain seeds have different rates of how many of them will actually kind of like germinate out of the seeds here. Then you kind of cover it back up. The soil is already moist, so that's really good. You know, sometimes that's helpful because whenever you start to water it, it kind of displaces the seed, or it can move or float the seed around. So having the soil like moist before you plant into it, it'll really kind of help that situation. So whenever the plant starts to get up to a decent size and it starts to kind of get some leaves on it, something around this size, then you can start getting mulch and applying it around the base of the plant, you know, leaving the plant exposed. That kind of helps keep in moisture, especially in our region, San Antonio. It gets pretty hot during the summer, so that can help keep in moisture whenever it's watered. But it also kind of helps break down and become like a good like soil, nutrient-rich soil. The other thing to keep in mind too with seeds, the ones that you can plant in the ground, in the bed directly, are more seeds that you're going to eat the root system from. Those will be kind of a little bit more fragile. So those can't be like transplanted from a seed tray. But most other seeds can be grown in a seed tray, and then after they kind of grow, you can transfer those into the garden bed. The seed tray is used sometimes because you can move it different areas in the right sunlight, get it in the right conditioned area to like start a seed. So you have a little bit more accessibility with the seed tray than if you plant it directly in the bed. After you've had your seeds, if you did them in a seed tray like we've done here, after they start to sprout, you can start to transplant them. This seedlings probably have a good size here. You basically want to make sure that it's like out of age, that kind of has like a strong enough root structure that you can transfer it in and it'll kind of survive the shock of the transfer. So we're going to use, whenever transplanting a plant, to help kind of get it started with some nutrients, we're going to use an organic compound here that we put together here at the garden. That's different things like little manure fragments, Epsom salt, other organic nutrients that we'll use as a direct fertilizer on that. So find the area that you want. Since this is a bean here, this one's gonna vine, so we're gonna use this trellis right here for it to vine up on. You take your seedling like that, you kind of hold it like that, massage it out. Got the roots right there. We're gonna take a little bit of this, sprinkle it in the bottom down there. Again, this soil is moist also. You know, that just already helps. You want to water it again now that you got it planted in there to ensure that it's got enough moisture during its transitioning phase there.
Anything good for Texas is good for me.